it's not necessarily just about bringing new things to tackle existing problems. Sometimes it can be about the pivoting of existing things to tackle an existing problem in a different way. I think if you look at the sorts of issues we're going to be working on over the next few years regionally, so things like perinatal care, things like children and young people's mental health, I don't think we're out there looking for health inequality innovations. I think we'll be communicating clearly to the different parts of the system that we work with that we think this is the nature of the challenge that we're facing. So let's take, for example, we think there's an ongoing challenge around how do we tackle particular types of population groups and help them to reduce the rates of smoking during pregnancy of those particular populations, like as a particular example. What could we do to work differently with those sorts of populations with some of the existing technology or innovation that we have, rather than saying we need a new thing to fix this problem? And I think that's probably in the work that we'll be doing around inequalities and equity, is about saying how do we really understand the problem together and then understand it from the perspective of the individuals which are experiencing that problem, and then see if we can work together to do something about it. And my hunch, and I have to say it's nothing more than that at this stage, is a lot of what we will do will be working with industry partners, working with the community sector, working with the NHS to pivot and adjust the way in which we have perhaps done things before, or we've tried things before, but with a deeper understanding of the nature of the issue that we're tackling. So we've often tackled those issues at a universal population level, rather at a more granular level. Actually, it's about this particular part of Plymouth, this particular group of people that are really struggling during pregnancy, and how can we work with them in a different way and provide the sorts of care that we know will improve the outcomes for them during that perinatal period in a different way as well. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is it's about having a collective sense of purpose, a collective sense and understanding of the problem, which I ultimately think comes from speaking to the people experiencing that problem and the teams working with those groups of people across the place where we work, and then using that as a basis of thinking about how we bring together a set of changes in order to have an impact on that particular issue. And the final thing I'd say on it is, I think it's also recognizing that in many of these sorts of challenges, particularly once you get into some of the challenges around inequality, are not going to be solved by kind of one thing that's going to make all the difference. It's much more likely to be a combination of things. So it's about that sense of working together on a combination of things to try and make an improvement. And I guess for industry, that's about really being collaborative in the nature of how they might work with other parts of industry, how they might work with different parts of a system in a particular place, with a real attention to the particular issue that you're focusing on.